Khaligraph Jones is widely regarded as one of the best rappers in Africa. With a music career that spans more than a decade, he's already achieved so much in his career, establishing himself as one of the most influential and successful rappers on the continent. With millions of followers across Instagram, YouTube, and other social media platforms, he's not only one of the most recognizable artists from Kenya, but also one of the most influential entertainers in East Africa. He's also one of the most streamed artists on Spotify in Kenya. In addition to having done major collaborations with some of the biggest names in the music industry, he's also had feuds with other popular artists from the continent. And in recent news, he hinted at an early retirement from music, which comes as a surprise to many fans who believe he is still in his prime. But even if he does decide to step away from music, there's no denying the huge impact he's made on the industry in such a short amount of time. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Mr. Moneybags, and today we're gonna be looking at the rise and reign of Khaligraph Jones. The OGs must be respected. To understand his journey, we need to go back, way back into time. In the year 1990, a very popular politician by the name Dr. Robert Ouko was assassinated on 13th February. A few months later, a bouncing baby boy was born in a humble Nairobi neighborhood called Kayole. With this context in mind, his mother gave him the name Ouko Robert in honor of the late Kenyan politician who had been assassinated just a few months earlier. This boy would grow up to be known as Brian Ouko Robert, aka Khaligraph Jones. Just like most African parents, Khaligraph's parents emphasized the importance of education, and he attended local schools for his primary and high school education. Despite facing financial challenges growing up, Khaligraph was determined to succeed and work hard in school. He had developed a love for music at a young age, inspired by his older brother Span Kayole. He also drew lots of inspiration from local rappers like the rap group Kalamashaka and K-South, and American rappers like Jay-Z and Nas. At the age of 5, Khaligraph started rapping for friends and family and soon gained a reputation as a talented rapper in the neighborhood. When he was in the 7th grade, he recorded his first song ever, a gospel song, which, according to him, was even played on the radio. This made him feel like an OG. While still in school, Khaligraph started participating in local rap battles and competitions where he honed his skills and gained a following. After high school, he worked as a club bouncer for a short period, earning 500 bob per night. But of course, he had bigger dreams. Music was still the love of his life. His big break came when he won the Kenyan edition of the Channel O Music Video Awards MC Africa competition in 2009, which gave him exposure and recognition both nationally and beyond the Kenyan borders almost immediately. Following his win in the Channel O MC Africa competition, Khaligraph Jones gained a lot of attention in the Kenyan music scene. He started using social media platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram to share his music and connect with fans worldwide. He quickly developed a relatively large online following, particularly among Kenyan diaspora communities in countries like the US, UK, and Canada. He also started participating in high-profile events and competitions, including the Coca-Cola Africa Sound System and East Africa Got Talent. When 2016 came around, nobody knew that Khaligraph's fortunes were about to change forever. Out of nowhere, he released several hit singles that would catapult his whole career to new heights. When Khaligraph dropped Mazishi and Yego, they instantly became massive hits across East Africa. Yego was a song in which he compared his musical journey to that of Julius Yego, an internationally celebrated Kenyan Olympic javelin champion who had come from humble beginnings and taught himself how to throw by watching YouTube videos. In the song, Khaligraph shares his experiences and the lessons he learned, reminding listeners that with hard work and perseverance, they can achieve their dreams too, just like Julius Yego. The other song, Mazishi, and Mazishi is the Swahili name for funeral, is a high-energy hip-hop track with a bouncy beat in which he describes his journey through obstacles and challenges to become the best in the game. In the song, he talks about how everybody now knows when he touches the mic or steps on stage, it's a funeral. Basically, he'll kill any beat you give him. These songs were on every hip-hop head's playlist, and many of his skeptics started believing in his lyricism and flow. Another song he dropped was Ting Badi Malo, featuring one of his role models, the late Chris Kantai, which further cemented his position as one of the best rappers in the country. Chris Kantai was one of the first rappers to popularize rapping in English with an American accent in the Kenyan hip-hop scene in the early 2000s, and Khaligraph grew up listening to such music. With each new song released, Khaligraph's popularity soared, and his fame grew in other African countries, particularly in East and West Africa, with his songs receiving regular airplay on popular radio stations in Tanzania, Uganda, and Rwanda. His music videos on YouTube started gaining millions of views, and he became one of the most streamed artists on Spotify in Kenya. In June 2018, Khaligraph released his debut full-length studio album dubbed Testimony 1990, which was very well received locally and internationally. After this, his international appeal skyrocketed when he won the coveted Best Hip Hop Act award at the prestigious African Music Magazine Awards, or AFRIMA, held in the United States. This victory solidified his place as a force to be reckoned with in the African music scene, as he beat out other popular artists like Sarkodie and Olamide. However, the AFRIMA win was just the beginning for Khaligraph Jones, as he continued to make waves on the global stage. The accolades just kept coming. In January 2020, he made history as the first Kenyan artist to win Best Hip Hop Act at the Sound City MVP Awards, held at the glamorous Echo Convention Center in Lagos, Nigeria. The award ceremony was filled with excitement and anticipation, but Khaligraph emerged victorious, proving that his talent transcends borders. This victory would lead to a feud between Khaligraph and an upcoming Nigerian artist who was not so happy about it, but we'll talk about that shortly. After this event, Khaligraph had cemented his reputation as a dope MC in West African countries such as Ghana and of course Nigeria, and by this time he was already popular all over the continent. But it didn't end there. Later in 2020, Khaligraph was nominated for Best International Flow at the BET Awards of that year, showcasing his star power and reach even in the global music scene. While he didn't take home the prize because it was won by Stormzy, being in the same category as other dope artists like Nasty C, Jonga, Karis, and Stormzy was a testament to his immense talent. And just when you thought he couldn't achieve any more, Khaligraph Jones added yet another feather to his cap when he won the East African Rapper of the Year award at the MTN Uganda Awards in May 2021. These achievements established Khaligraph Jones as an international star, with his music reaching and resonating with people worldwide. The hip-hop world is no stranger to feuds and controversies, and Khaligraph Jones has been involved in his fair share of them. His brash and confrontational style has earned him both fans and detractors, but it's undeniable that he knows how to stir up excitement and keep people talking about him and his music. It's this same attitude that has helped him become one of the most influential rappers in Africa. As I hinted at earlier, in 2020, Khaligraph had a brief but intense feud with the then upcoming Nigerian musician after winning the Best Hip Hop Act at the Sound City MVP Awards held in Lagos, Nigeria. This artist was none other than Black Bones, who was one of the contenders among several other artists for the same award. After the event, Black Bones released a video and a diss track complaining about Sound City's decision to award Khaligraph. Within just a few hours, Khaligraph released a diss track called Best Rapper in Nigeria, which received widespread praise from fans who felt that Khaligraph annihilated Black Bones in the battle. And that marked the end of the feud. Black Bones would later be seen in Kenya with Khaligraph Jones, where they seemed like they were about to have a physical fight, but instead, it turned out to be a friendly meetup. One of the most notable controversies that Khaligraph was embroiled in recently was his feud with Tanzanian rappers in 2023. The beef started when Khaligraph dropped a diss aimed at the Tanzanian rappers, insinuating that the Tanzanian hip-hop scene is dead.
Tanzania, hata nimekuja ku attack na njia yenyu. The OG is superior and the OGs should be respected. Nasikia.
Immediately after this, several Tanzanian artists, including Rosa Ray, Msodoki Young Killer, and Motra the Future, responded with diss tracks. In response to this, several Kenyan rappers waded into the controversy, dropping diss tracks targeting the Tanzanian hip-hop scene. Some fans were amused by the feud, suggesting that Khaligraph was just doing what the hip-hop culture has always done, stirring up rappers to re-energize the rap game. Others criticized both sides for escalating the situation by blowing things out of proportion and potentially damaging relationships between Kenyan and Tanzanian artists. However, Khaligraph Jones handled the controversy with grace and maturity, ultimately putting an end to the beef by saying that it's all love and respect between Kenyan and Tanzanian artists. This showed that despite the drama, he knew how to maintain a level head and not let the feud overshadow his music. Finally, we can't go without mentioning the never-ending beef between Khaligraph Jones and Octopizzo, which is one of the most well-known feuds in the Kenyan hip-hop scene. The two rappers have been at loggerheads for years, with both artists taking shots at each other on their music and social media posts. Khaligraph has openly admitted that Octopizzo doesn't like him, and the beef seems to stem from a perceived lack of respect from Octopizzo. In addition to his successful music career, Khaligraph Jones has also made savvy business moves outside of music. One of his most successful ventures is his record label, Blue Ink Corporation, which he founded to promote and produce his own music as well as to support other artists. The label is based in Nairobi, and Khaligraph has used it as a platform to collaborate with other artists and release various projects, both as a solo artist and as part of the Kali cartel. Khaligraph has also invested in a fashion business, the OG Drip merch, which he launched in 2020. The brand features stylish and high-quality clothing like sweatshirts, hoodies, and collared jackets that are popular among his fans and the youth in Kenya. He's also invested in real estate. In recent years, he's been spotted building a multi-million shilling mansion in Kenya, which is a clear indication of his financial success and his ability to diversify his income streams. Khaligraph's business acumen and entrepreneurial spirit have allowed him to generate multiple sources of income beyond music, further solidifying his status as one of the highest earning and most influential artists in Kenya. His ability to leverage his fame and popularity into successful business ventures is a testament to his business savvy and entrepreneurial skills. Now, despite his tough upbringing, Khaligraph has found love and is married to Georgina Muteti, with whom he shares 2 children. He's also fiercely protective of his family and keeps his personal life largely out of the public eye, preferring to focus on his music and business ventures. All in all, Khaligraph Jones is a complex individual who has experienced both triumphs and struggles in his life, but he's managed to channel those experiences into his music and business ventures, making him one of the most influential figures in Kenyan hip-hop. And of course, Khaligraph's impact on Kenyan and African music is undeniable. For example, through the Kali cartel, he has featured different up-and-coming artists from the Kenyan hip-hop scene, providing exposure and recognition to these emerging artists and giving them a platform to showcase their unique styles and skills to a wider audience. In most of his tracks, he's worked with a highly talented producer by the name Motif the Don, and it's always great to see 2 professionals working together for years despite everyone around them breaking up professionally all the time. His unique blend of English and Sheng and his conscious and socially aware lyrics have inspired a generation of Kenyan and African rappers who want to be just like him. And of course, his achievements have contributed to a renewed interest and pride in Kenyan and African hip-hop, as his success has shown that rappers from the region can compete on the global stage. As we come to the end of our journey, we reflect on the incredible life and career of Brian Oko Robert, aka Khaligraph Jones. Born in Kayole, one of the most dangerous and marginalized hoods in Nairobi, Khaligraph grew up in a tough environment, experiencing firsthand the harsh realities of crime and poverty. He worked tirelessly, honing his skills and developing his unique style, which soon caught listeners' attention across Kenya and beyond. His hit singles like Mazishi and Yego catapulted him to fame beyond his wildest dreams, and he went on to win numerous awards, establish his own record label, and mentor upcoming artists through the Cali Cartel series. Through it all, Khaligraph Jones has remained true to his roots, using his music to give voice to the struggles and triumphs of life in Kayole and Kenya in general. He has become an inspiration to countless young artists, showing that hard work, dedication, and talent can lead to success even in the face of adversity. Khaligraph's life and career are a true testament to the power of perseverance and self-belief. And that's the end of this story. And by the way, I know I was away for some time, but now I'm back with a big bang. I plan on dropping stories similar to this one every week. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel to be notified every time I publish a brand new story. I have a lot of stories in store for you in 2024, and the best way you can support this channel is to like the videos. So go ahead and hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.